I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I think it's network issue. So my guest is gonna come back now. Okay. Toby, Toby, say Nigeria app. Abiu. So Macaulay, if you join now, I don't invite you again. Just accept, I beg. Invite. You can also send a request if that will work. Unable to join. Belu, what happen? Ah, don't say they don't play the agenda like this. When we can't get into serious conversation, I they come a lie. Devil is a liar. We go talk this talk. We go yarn this yarn. Belu, if I join you, you need to get out, Abi.
Yeah, I'm live with you.
The boy talks to the village.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so now just pick the explanation from there. Why do we need courtesan projection? We need good music. Look, them the bunch, them P Square, them Two Face, them Face, they don't give us big hits. These guys are we even emulated them with their lifestyle. Them Olumente, none of them ever projected courtesan lifestyle. But these days now, we don't see courtesan projection. Even in musical video, even in background, Instagram, it can't be like, say, you know, it survive for this 5+. We don't need courtesan. So why is it needed now? This question now, taking it from Soso Berekon's word, Soso Berekon to Daddy Freeze on his interview said, this the current state of the industry right now, it is worse. It is worse than than it was before. So what is going on? What do you think is really going on? Why do we need that courtesan projection? Ah,
Well,
Sunday. Make I just bring slims like that. I bet just
okay.
a talk like Mojo, may I just bring slims like that.
All
Slims
right.
just accept like that.
Okay. So, according to your question, I feel like Soso Berecon is actually an OG in managing and all those kind of stuff,
Big
doing all the business
shout,
aspect of music.
big shout out.
And I can totally agree with what he said that it is more
I bet
evident now.
hold your thoughts, hold on. Make I just introduce this our late comer before I bet no forget what you want to talk. Oh. This is YK Slimzy. So YK Slimzy, I know so you come late, but I just do brief introduction so I will go continue. We don't dey talk already. So you get so
All right now.
Slimzy has also been in the corridors of this industry way back. In fact, Baba and Arisong, then we go still talk about that your boss when we reach beef matter because your song, your Ghana. So, like I've known you both way back, and this is Macaulay. Macaulay has been an OG as well, and fantastic singer. You have also been there in the business aspect. Wycliffe Slimzy has also run. Um, he has run a record label that's Bold Mind Entertainment, where he signed an artist 18. We tried to push that a couple of times, and what really happened was, life, has been now. We were trying as much as possible to stand our feet on that. So, Wycliffe Slimzy, introduce yourself and big shout out to you. Thank you for coming.
Hi. I'm very sorry for coming late at first. So what held me back. So anyways, my name is Yinka by name. That's my first name, and Ogunbiyi my surname. So I go by the name Slimzy from way back. And I would say when it comes to music, when it comes to entertainment, I've played my part. I've tried to pave way for the youngies and all of that. And I still give advices. I still see guys coming around and be like, what do you think I can do about? What do you think about this? What's your own thought about my music and all of that? which is something I really like take pride in a lot. So I
Okay,
would say that's me.
thank you
That's
so
for
much for.
an
I'm
intro.
sorry for cutting you in because we're in, we're in a conversation for it.
I
So,
get that.
we started, we kicked off with the fact that does Afrobeats, the Afrobeat culture now, are we still imitating the American pop culture, or we have gotten to a point in time that we are now projecting our originality? We can stand on our own. He has been able to do justice to that. Now we are on our second question, which I would want you to jump in after he has answered his question. Big shout out to you, Taiwo. Big shout out to everybody. And the second question is this: I said Soso Berekon in an interview with Daddy Freeze made mention of something. You know, Soso Berekon is an OG in the music industry. Soso Berekon has big shout out to him. He said things are way worse now in the current state of Afrobeats. Are way worse now than it was before. No, we have egos flying in the music industry now. We have pride. We just have a lot of bullying going on to the extent that we can see that some artists now life is in question. We have artist life in question. So when things have gotten to that state, we need to talk.
Yeah.
No, I'm not asking that. I noticed something personally, and that's the projection of cultism. Either via music, dressing, behind the camera. It seems as if it has become an acceptable culture in Afrobeats now that you must be aligned to a cultist organization, cultist, you must be affiliated to a cultism group. So that's the question I'm asking. Do we need this, or is still this part of our imitation of the American pop culture? How does this project us? Why is it needed? So please continue, my Mark and YK. I hope you got the question so
Yeah.
that you jump.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Mark, please.
Oh yeah, no. Okay. YK, you're welcome. You're welcome. I was expecting to see you anytime soon, actually.
Yeah.
Based on that, Soso Berekon was quite actually right, because if we can always agree that there were old time beefs back then, you understand, and now that the industry is growing as big as twice as big as then, we expect the beef to be, you understand, the beefs to be, you understand, much more, because there's a need for more competition, there's a need for expansion, there's a need for a whole lot of, you understand, development in the industry. So it is quite evident. And like I said the other time, we have to understand music from a point of view of it being a craft, and also understanding that the music business is totally a different thing entirely. Now, it is one thing as an artist, the simplest of things over the years that I realized about music is having talent. Talent is like the basics, you understand? Somebody just, you know how to sing, you know how to do, that's like the basics. Understanding how to go about it, then using your talent to, now you understand, make money or start using it as a source of living, is a whole thing, is a different thing entirely, which here in Africa, most times we don't understand it. So we need help. And when we need help for such situations, we need to connect with different people. And these different people, they are like different stratas with different OT. You understand? That's when you start interacting with people who already have like a network, who have, you understand, a way of like doing the business. And then at the end of the day, you end up joining a clique, you understand, that you might not be comfortable with. Now, but for you to like do well in the industry, for you to like achieve your dreams, you have to go in line with them. You understand?
Okay. Hold your thought for 1 second for me. Like a Slimzy,
Yeah.
we grew up in the streets, and we understand that when we talk about game, when I mean game, we're talking about all these some sort of um cultism affiliation, and we know that these are things that get young folks killed. Like I said, I'm people oriented, and that is where my own passion comes in. Do you really think at this point Afrobeats has gotten to, we've gotten to $1 billion industry? Do you really think it is needed or it is unavoidable?
For me, when it comes to these cultism issues here, I'm not really a fan of anything violence or anything like that. But music nowadays in Nigeria is not just about you knowing how to sing. Sometimes not even about you having the money again to promote yourself or understanding who are your listeners and all of that. If you want to be out there, like really out there, you need to belong to some certain social groups. I won't call it cultism, if you get what I mean. So you need to belong to some kind of social groups whereby you are with the people that are really making that noise, if you understand me. Back in the days, yeah, let's go back to the days of like when the band really started with Tongolo and all of that. Abagazi, was he 05 or 06? Back in the days like that. There's nothing like cultism. Just need to have the talent and be able to market yourself, be able to go out, preach your music to people. And we will listen, we'll download through infrared Bluetooth and all of that. Right?
Yeah.
So everything changed when Wizkid, Davido, Olamide, when these people came up, when all these people started. It
Why?
wasn't that
Why?
bad. It wasn't that bad then. Because the reason being that, as at that period, yeah, when Wizkid came, it came with a different thing entirely, different tune, different kind of music entirely, yeah. We were listening to P-Square, Two-Face, The Bunch, you get what I mean, Wandiko, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
We were more interested in R&B, we were more interested in music then, back then. So the moment these people came in, they came from a different angle, from that young, yeah, for that new wave, from that youthful aspect of music. Like my music is connected to the youth, directly, strictly to the youth. Only the youth will listen to me. You get me? And from there we move. And who are the youths back then? This was years that cultism was everything. You get what I mean? So then they came, they liberated everything, and people think that apart from supporting you as my fave, I need to support whatever it is you are doing now. I need to you are my idol now. You're not just, it's not just your music I'm supporting now. Either you're good, you're bad, everything you do, I want to be concerned. I want to support it. And that's where the mistake is coming from.
Good.
That's where the problem is exactly.
Now, taking it from there, Macaulay, you jump in after he answers. Taking it from your word, is that not more reason for you now to understand that you are in a position that is highly sensitive, whether you like it or not? You are an influencer. Your life, your mannerism, your dressing, it influences. You can imagine Ronaldo just taking a Coca-Cola bottle off his own table and Coca-Cola reporting that they lost billions of dollars in the following day. So you know that you are at a, is that not a more reason for you now to be not to be careful about the projection you make?
Yeah, see, using the analogy of Ronaldo taking off what was it called, a bottle of Coca-Cola off his table. One thing the new acts are missing is that you need to know yourself. Take Rema for an example. Let's make this example around Rema. Yeah, I don't want to go back to Keys, and Keys is more than, I would say, is more OG than Rema and the likes. So let's take Rema for an example here. For a very good example. Rema understands his craft. He knows his listeners. He's already protected himself, so he doesn't need anybody. You don't. He's standing alone as his own artist. Forget the fact that maybe he's under Don Jazzy. I would say this anywhere. If Rema was alone, not with Don Jazzy or anything, he will still be who he is now. But might not be as fast. It might not be.
You needed a platform to get there.
I'll come back to that. It might not be as fast as the pace at which he's moving now, right? And that's where you need people around you, people who understand your business, people who wants to be with you, people who understand your craft and who understand the business itself. And that's where Don Jazzy comes in, right? Because Rema himself is like a body of music himself. When it comes to music, when it comes to his kind of his craft, he knows what he's doing. Okay. I always say this to people: you can't come out now like I have talent, I've got talent, and you don't know how to stand alone. I was having the time with someone, I'd be like, go check all my favorite artists here. They're very proud. Do you know why? Pride comes with too much knowledge. People don't believe that. People don't. If you don't know something, you can't be proud. A foolish person won't come out now and just be saying shit and be so proud of it. Do you get it? Let's talk about Burna Boy. Let's talk about Whiskey himself. Only those who doesn't really have that pride in them try source for people's validation. I won't mention names, but we all know what I'm talking about. They seek validation by doing anything to promote themselves. But if you know what you are doing there, you'll be proud. And then you won't need to join anything to do anything.
Macaulay, please you see,
Okay.
now you can.
What respect?
Macaulay was playing safe before you came.
No, I don't need to play it. I'll say what I have to say.
Much respect to what you said, but I would slightly disagree with that, and I would give some reasons actually. I feel like if you have to look at it critically, holistically, we will understand that Rema was not even Rema without Don Jazzy. You understand? In fact, Don Jazzy, it was the prince that discovered Rema. You understand? And he needed the help of somebody who can stand in the gap. Because, see, there's a difference as an artist if you are good at there's so many artists out there who are good at what they do, and they are not at the limelight. They are artists that when they perform on stage, they have good songs, and we still refer them as underrated right now. And that is why management, the level of, you understand, people who are at the ends of your affairs, it is different. See, okay, since we want to talk about that, let me say the difference between Don Jazzy. Let me go back to the Olamide and Don Jazzy's beef that year concerning the ETV Awards. The difference between Don Jazzy and Olamide as then is the fact that somebody had more levels in the industry than the other. Not because of talent, because when you want to look at it holistically, you will see that Lil Kesh deserved the award for the year. But why was Ricardo considered? And those are the silent things that you do. In fact, most of the time, okay, the Whiskey that you said, Whiskey worked on that Banky W for years. He understood the craft, but did he understand? Did he really get? Did he have that information about the knowledge, the knowledge of the business? I don't think he has.
Do you mind
That's
if I
why
chip in a little
at the
bit?
end of the day, when he left,
Before I forget what I'm about to say.
Okay, when you keep this in, I want to ask you a question.
Okay. It's like you are mistaking what I was saying earlier, what I meant by he can if what's it called? If Don Jazzy wasn't there and blah blah. What I said earlier was as an artist here, you need to understand your own self. The same way you are bringing up the analogy of if Don Jazzy didn't come through. He was not the only one Don Jazzy signed now. Where are the others? If you get what I mean. You need to understand your own craft. You need to be good. You need to be personal. You need to be sound. Let me put it that way. It's like, I've been not knowing mathematics and you want to enter uni now. You say you want to study physics or you want to go study things that has to do with you having the background knowledge of what's it called? Mathematics as a course itself. So Rema as a person, it'd be like body on its own. That if he continues the way he was doing, all he needed was people around him. All he needed was just the right place. It's like being in the right place at the right time for Rema. If you get what I mean, that's why the pace was very fast. I'll still go back to why I said that. It might not be as big as what he is now, but I will tell you, if he was not on that Don Jazzy, he would still be making the same. All right, it might not be as big.
Guys, let me take you guys from there. Now. Don't let us forget that I love the fact that we've touched this aspect of talents and ego. Now let us now go to the he was able to Macaulay was able to divulge to music as a business, music as talent, projection of your activity. Now let us now talk about the beef going on. And you make mention of one important word, which is agenda. Now, who does this agenda of beef profit? Does it profit the artist or the business side of the music? And who suffers at the base of this agenda? So I'm going to throw this to you, Macaulay. You know, the agenda that you made mention, I'm taking it from your word.
All right, thank you so much. I feel like if I'm to answer your question correctly, I feel everybody enjoys it as long as you use it wisely. Like if two artists are actually like in a beef or something or such, it brings projection, it brings the spotlight on the two of them. For example, now a couple of days now, everybody was talking about David and Wizkid. You understand? They both the FC and the 30 billion gang, they're just all over it. The spotlight was on them. You understand? And as at that particular point in time, it depends on how you use it. Imagine that a David drops a song the following day. You would see a lot of traction on streams, especially if people knows that, okay, maybe he's dropping a song, probably, maybe he's going to talk about Weezy one way or the other. Or imagine maybe Weezy now says, okay, maybe this Friday I'm going to drop my song to show that I'm the best. You know how many people will go to just listen to that body of work as at that particular point in time, because they seem like to be the topic. So most of the time when there is beef, even way back, let's talk about the hip-hop culture that was during the time of Tupac and all those kind of stuff. Even here in Nigeria, we follow it. If what's it called, Tupac drops a song and he's don't let me even go back to Tupac. This Kendrick and Drake, what's it called? Imagine that they drop Kendrick drops a song that okay, it's my own beef track for what's it called, for
it was
Drake.
done, and it's reached
a lot
millions,
of traction with
millions
it. Most people will go there and then they will go and check it and all those kind of stuff. So it helps.
Okay.
In the battle for supremacy, I believe it helps everybody. But the only thing is just that who knows how to use the opportunity well gets the glory. So that's what I
Okay, and YK, what do you think?
Me, when it comes to beef, yeah, I feel like they are both just trying to make extra cash or make money for themselves. That's my own idea about beef. Because there's nothing like beef when it comes to business. Yeah, you see someone fighting each other, like fighting over something. Now, when it comes to making money, they unite. That's what money brings. So, at a point, yeah, I feel like let me take whiskey. I won't go outside Nigeria because I really want to stay within my this thing.
Yeah, so
So
you want to stay at
yeah,
home?
I want to stay at home. I don't want to go outside. I'm already outside. I want to stay at home now. So let's talk about Wizkid and Davido now. The two of them, yeah, if you think about it very well, we might send a cruise, but there's nothing these two guys do or does that doesn't. Is like, to me, it's like they are trying to verify again. Where are my fans? Where are my 30BG? Where are my FCs? Because it makes no sense to me. Just December, yeah, two of my day club, out of the blue, we didn't hear anything. They just came up, start fighting. I said to myself like, in few days time, I know who will draw something first. Who knows? There's something about Davido and Wizkid. I'll talk about Davido first. Davido know how to make the juice out of any opportunity he gets. Any single opportunity. I don't know. His team are like they studied that differently. His team knows how to do that. Just even something is not aware about. Just take a picture of the video. Maybe you take a picture of the video in the toilet. You can't upload them. You can't upload them. 2 weeks later, the video will either drop a video of his old song or drop a new song. He knows how to do that very well. Compared to the other guy, that other guy, I don't really understand how Wiz they think or how would they help him and do his page. I think they need to get his phone off him like Burna Boy as well. At some point, you get what I mean. But that one will just talk. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to know how you feel about it. If you come for him, he comes for you. That doesn't mean he's dropping any song in 2 days time.
He did freestyle for Brian Mona.
You get what I mean? So if you are wise enough to like tap in for these people when they're having their beef, you just talk. They will come. You will come your page. You will get that traction as well. They will talk about you. Why you put him out? Before you know it, the people go stream your song. You will get that this thing.
But guys, this is where my own concern lies. As much as we want to sweep this under the carpet of rules, something is coming, and I sense if we experience such in Nigeria. Rest in peace to AKA South Africa. We know what happened in South Africa then. It's not something funny, and for one reason or the other, we've seen it being put on an OG like Two-Face before. Big shout out to Two-Face. I think it was even 2 times, if I was right. 2 times was Two-Face shots back then. So whatever reasons, for whatever reason, I think we can separate, we can actually be sincere for once that as much as we can look at it from the light of Cruz, things are really getting serious at this point in time in Afrobeat. Now, this is where my question lies. As we are seeing everything, now, not to even talk about what just happened, the demise of Mohbad. Rest in peace to Mohbad. Rest in peace to Mohbad. We can now start seeing that things have gone way beyond Cruz. Some things have actually crept their ways into the Afrobeat, like bullying, like dominating, like cultism and everything. Where my question now lies: is this actually needed? How has this become an acceptable thing for an artist to glamorize such lifestyle, whereas people are dying on the street daily? We know what happens where we come from, streets. We are not involved, but we know, these are not things that are funny. So what can we say around that? Why has Afrobeat been entangled with violence?
Good. I always say something. Only ilé tí kíní kan bá wà, ilé kan tó bá tòrò, àwọn ọmọ àlè ibẹ̀ ò tí dàgbà ni. Right? It's very funny because at the end of the day, yeah, the bigger the cycle, the bigger the problem. If we are just 2 friends here, we not go fight. But if you only done 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can't compare the stage at which the Afrobeat day now with back in the days. We know who they hurt, we know who is who back in the days. But now someone can just wake up with one sound. Take Charlie People for an example now. Just drop one. To some people will be like, people really they call him to be like, what's this guy singing? I don't really like this guy's sound. Before you know it, boom.
It doesn't make you interpret your adage.
So what I do it?
Interpret your adage.
Okay, make I interpret my adage. How can I put it? Say, okay, if you like house where peace day now, a very peaceful home, yeah.
Bastard child never grow up.
Let's say, for example, your parents just have 2 children, yeah. They've got 2 children, rather. So just you and your elder brother. So they only understand. They will only be working with both of you. But when the 3rd one comes in, they try to understand where that one is coming from again. So 3 of you can't be the best. There will always be that problem. That problem. It might not be problem, but there will always be one.
So
you get what I mean?
Now the problematic artists now we don't experience for Afrobeat.
Exactly now, because now there's no structure in the music business in Nigeria. There's no it's not like a uni. It's not like a school where when you come in, there are some people you have to give like cut for. Say, bros, this person, I have to respect this person. These are the ways to get it, because internet has spoiled everything. You can just post a song online now. You don't know how many people, what the reach will be. That's what internet has done to us as well. You get what I mean? It's not like like before. You have to go to the radio station. You have to understand. You have to know Keke and D1. You have to be loyal to them. You get what I mean? Your CD have to go to everyone. But now you don't need it. Once you're on iTunes and everything, I want these boys. Let's say a 19 years old boy now. We just finished secondary school. It's that money. It's that streaming money. You get what I mean? Yeah. Just make that maybe 1 million stream, and it's making millions of naira that he doesn't even expect. People misbehave now.
And these are so okay. I get your point. Macaulay, please jump in. We know for streets, we don't lose people for streets. We know say cultism will be something way funny. I get surprised as they call it glamorize them now. Like say it looks encouraging now. If to say we know experience such a thing. So we see people fall, people die. We go things now. You understand what I'm trying to say? What can you say? How has Afrobeat gotten itself entangled into this, into this mess, into this violent kind of, outlook? You see, someone said that the biggest industry, the bigger the problem. It happened.
Exactly.
He said it happened in reggae music and it crippled it.
Exactly. So if we don't take care in
Oh, that,
Nigeria, the Nigerian music industry goes spoiled.
Lucky Dube was also shot in South Africa. Rest in peace, Lucky Dube. So jump in, Macaulay, please jump in. How has Afrobeat gotten itself entangled into all this glamorizing of violence and cultism projection? Please, your mic. We can't hear you at all, please.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like for now, Afrobeat is getting bigger every day, and the need to make a statement has actually putting a lot of vices into the. Sorry about that.
More. This network won't let us enjoy Macaulay.
The structure is the problem.
But
It's not
okay,
structured.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. So, the need for what's it called? The growth for people to grow and then for people to do exploits has actually pushed Afrobeat into a lot of vices, like I was saying. But I strongly believe that there's a way that we can curb it, but at the same time, we might not be able to eradicate it effectively.
It's everywhere.
Like, because
It's
it
everywhere.
has eaten deep into the culture. Because even most labels now are like clicks, are like mini clicks. You understand? That even based on your contract, you know that you're getting into something that if you are not, like, I don't want to go into like we know people that died because of the labels and all those kind of stuff. I don't want to go into that, what's it called, that section. But I really believe that we can just try and curb it by using the tool of education, by educating people on the need for them to see music more as something that unites us, something that gives peace, love, and unity to the society more than strife and competition.
I want to make a comment. This is not me asking a question. I also want to make a comment. You know, I was listening to Oga Seun Kuti. I always listen to I listen to many people some talk, and he was saying something that everybody wants to be a gangster until some gangster things happen. So
Everybody go quiet.
now those things have started happening right now in Nigerian scenery and music, and the scary part is that the more we are experiencing that violence, we are seeing youngies coming in. We can see Sheyi Vibes, new artist, that young guy, that talented. Big shout out to Sheyi Vibes. Big shout out to that young guy. I've forgotten his name. What's his name? That young guy that just released, that they sang Instagram together.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I have no issues with him. But my point is, you know, we can see young, you know, Afrobeat is now welcoming young talent. If we don't speak about this now, about their protection, educate them, you know, talk about things like, you know, we can see how vulnerable those young kids can be. See what is happening in the American setting right now. You know what I'm talking about, the Puffy issue, how likes of Justin Bieber came into the scenario of music, very vulnerable and young.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a point in time they said Justin was suicidal. And look at this guy, Usher too was a victim of what, you know, on and on. So my concern is Afrobeat is getting to now speaking about that structure now.
Yeah.
This is where I need us to now talk. Let us now imagine that three of us now we've been called to come and provide solution. Like, okay, this is the best way things could be structured. Like Macaulay now, you'll be the one first to come in here. You said curb. We can't eradicate. We need to curb. How best can we structure that curbing? Because we don't want to lose more lives. We don't want to burn more candles. I don't want to wear more shirt of justice for this, justice for that. You know, understand? So how can it be structured, be curbed? We just want to enjoy good music.
Okay, well, I'll say this. It's a postulation. So far so good. I believe it's gonna work. I feel like the most essential thing that we need to do is to create like a hub for education on artists, educating artists on how to go about contracts, how to go about their craft. It's one thing to have talent, it's another thing to engage in its business. Before you even engage in anything, I think there's a need for us to understand that, okay, maybe I need a lawyer, you understand, we need to educate them on how they can involve they can evolve in music as a art itself. And apart from that, I feel like the streaming platform now is one of the good things that happened to the music industry.
Good.
It has even reduced, and I believe over time is going to reduce the powers, the principalities of the industry. Most times it's going to reduce their, what's it called? Because right now you can just drop a song and then put it on Spotify, boom, play, and then over time people can even get to know you. You can go on TikTok, make dance video, and then suddenly you blow up. An example of that,
okay,
somebody like can you hear me? Yeah, somebody like Sheyi Vibes now. He didn't go through the normal routine. I think it was eventually that he got signed with, he was working with Dapper as a distro, you understand? So understanding the business, understanding not only understanding the crafts, but understanding the business is going to eradicate a lot of, you understand, cultism traits.
Before you jump on board, I want you to also put this at the back of your mind. It was this OG. Big shout out to ID Kabasa. I listened to one of his podcasts. ID Kabasa made mention of something that artists need to sit down and sign contracts as sworn enemies and do business as close friends. Sign contracts as sworn enemies so that you look at the, you have to cross the T's and don't be desperate and all. Now, with what Macaulay has also said, that social media has humbled the wall of managing artists, which I think them ID Kabasa did well with. Big shout out to Olamide, big shout out to Nice Adigun, big shout out to who was that guy that jumped on protocol with Keys then? I think it was
Jobless, right? Jobless, yeah.
Now you see, but do you really think this social media independence is all good, entirely good? So Slimzy, please jump in.
First of all, the only label in Nigeria that protects its artists is Mive, right? Don Jazzy. And the only reason why that is happening is because he doesn't just understand the business. He doesn't just understand music. His label is now it's like a college now for upcoming artists. He would sign them after 2 years. That's when he can release something else that we can hear. He builds his own craft. It makes them understand this is where you are. This is what I want. There's an assignment there. There was a structure in living. So you need to have that structure. But now, as much as streaming and all this streaming platform is like a big help for like paving way for artists, for upcoming artists to just get there without even signing, without even signing to a label. You can just, like you said, drop your music, and it's doing more harm than good for Nigerian music industry, I would say. Everyone out there now, they are losing the focus of before. People want to sing, people want to be out there because they love music, they want to do music. Now they're not even doing music, they just want to make money. That's why we have the farming whatsoever now.
Someone said your mind immediately. You said they just want
to make money. They don't want to, so they don't understand the structure needed. Let's take Kiss for an example. You are very close with him. So I remember there was this birthday party Jerry invited me to. That would have been the first day I would have met him in person. I came from Lagos to Abeokuta this birthday and I was performing there before he even released anything. And what the song was listening there was it Shoye or something?
Yeah, I think she's Shoye.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at the progress. Look at how we moved from the projection.
His projection was organic.
Yeah, it was rough at the beginning with having issues with his label and all of that, but now he understands how it works. He understands the business. So his own career is already structured for him from where he was coming from. Compared to someone who just released a song. Now on TikTok, you can release a song like 4 years ago and people just start dancing to it this year and boom, you are there. It's very unexpected. You didn't expect it. So you will always misbehave. I'm telling you, something you don't work hard for to get will never last. It's not a course. It's not like someone is trying to tell you or trying to sugarcoat things with you. Look at Wizkid as well. As much as he's saying Robbie, you can wake up this morning and say all of you are bastard, all of that. His journey was also structured.
I think Whiskey's problem now, Farouk, they don't give us
So if your journey is structured, yeah, you won't misbehave. You won't be a nuisance out there. Even the Sheyi vibe we're talking about now, I will tell you the reason why some artists in Nigeria, once they are out there, you see them, they're kind of different, even though they're not on that labels. It's because they worked their ass so hard to get to wherever they are. That part won't just come to you and tell you he wants to sign you if you haven't made your own way first. That's how this true works. I want to make money, you want to make money. I can promote you, you can sing. Yeah, let's come together. It's a management company, it's not a label, right?
Yeah,
The
sure.
moment we start structuring this, like making artists understand, let's go back to that boy, that young boy. I feel, I don't know, but I feel Sheyi will do his best for him in the sense that he grew his own stardom too, step by step. It was structured. There was an understanding, there is a business understanding of what he's going to be doing and what he has to do for that part. There's just like the way Charlie Poppy as well and that part are doing their things. But mind you, if you be artist here and you are not making the right wave, the management company itself will drop you.
Sure.
That's the difference between a management company and a label.
I think
A label will still try for you, but you see a management company, that's where they go into depression.
I think saying this now, a big shout out to Keith, Toby. Toby came out, I think he attempted to sign some artists. For some reason, he came out and he honestly said he doesn't think he understands the business side too well that he could tag people along.
Sign someone.
That is someone that is honest, rather than projecting toxic nature to other people. And I think that's what I see in Whiskey too. It's not bad if you are big. You can support people by featuring and all, not just you starting a record label. And that's why I give it to Don Jazzy. I give it to a big shout out to Don Jazzy, a big shout out to
Olamide Bado. Yeah.
See those structure. Those ones have structure.
Yeah.
Look at go check their artists. You won't see them messing around. That structure what they talk about with that. But if the structure no, let's say if foundation don't spoil, the house will just collapse at any time. That's how it is.
You said now deep now street and cathedral. You don't carry us go cathedral like that.
Yeah, I know. I know what to go into. That's why they drop small proverb, make it the change you get.
Mark, this is for you. This is for you. Now, we've talked about curbing these excesses, trying as much as possible to curb. We can't eradicate. And no, the topic is not focusing on Kiss. No. It's not focusing on Kiss. So yeah, we are just giving big shout out to Kiss because he's having his 10 years on stage, and we know him personally, and so it's just an opportunity to give him shout out. So that's all. Now, I want to talk about the OGs. Are OGs not supposed to be the unifying factor in this essence? I would say I use the word disappointed when an OG came out recently and all we saw again was another beef in the hair. You know what I'm talking about? We are supposed to see OG and say, Baba, and OG are supposed to say, when things are, and say, okay, Otito. I think big shout out to Daddy Shoki. Daddy Shoki was the one who calmed the issue between Davido and this guy, Sam Clef. I saw the role that Shoki played, interfering and trying to calm the whole system. But now let's talk about OGs too. OGs too, they have their beef. Do you think OGs are supposed to serve as a unifying factor in this matter, or they are also contributing to the wahala that we have on ground?
Macaulay, I want you to go first.
Macaulay, you have to go first.
It's funny. I think it has to do with generation, like the generation, especially this Gen Z generation. They don't. Sometimes I feel like they feel that the OGs, for example, OG where make money reach new generation. How you want to take control and tell them to
Wait, should money be the reason why you should disrespect your father? I'm not saying no. I'm not. I'm not insulting you. I'm speaking.
Let's not forget that.
Why you feel like your dad does not even want to be your dad?
Bro, let's not forget that this is the book generation. You understand? And people just naturally feel like this generation, they naturally feel that you can't advise me.
Person ask me a question for you. He say the question is, who is an OG first? Let's start with, because not everyone we call OG is truly OG.
Yes, see, that's
one
another
OG in
thing.
particular, the best for okay.
That's another thing, because when you want to look at it, the fact that some people call Idris an OG, like they are OG for in the rap, what's it called? Some people may not agree with it. They will be like, okay, I prefer Mode 9, I prefer another person as OG. They'll say Idris they do, you understand? Say probably Sabi rap or something or such. And while dealing with this particular generation, I feel like this generation is a generation that just like Odumodu Black, the way he talk say no be all this show walking. You understand? Before you can talk to, it's just like I'm telling you that do this, and they feel like in your own career self,
What you don't do.
So how you want to? I want to follow.
I beg. This one. I know true say you. It be like one OGT we come on. You want we come on one podcast. I don't go mention that podcast. Because they talk say, they talk about say they know they make classic music anymore. I say how many classic music this old thing. I beg continue.
So at the end of the day, I just feel like why, although I think it has to do more with respect and understanding yourself as an artist. If an artist has
no best, Macaulay, I beg, take this question up. This person asks, what about the body that is supposed to regulate activities of the record labels? P-Man, for example. Good.
Okay. I'll go back to what Macaulay said. You won't tell me what to do. You know what you do. Even that body where you go, that body don't be body, you can just shit. You understand? I just tag name. You get what I mean? Now they go back to streaming. The money people they make from streaming, like you said,
don't you think P-Man can control that money?
P-Man be iTunes. I mean, P-Man be Spotify. You see, Nigerian artists here can decide not to sell his music in Nigeria and just be selling outside Nigeria and still be making the money and still be artists. Now those days, where piracy day, where you pick up how many music they go outside, how many CDs they sell. Now P-Man call mom singing, and now in them they do all those things. Now there's nothing like that. Then now I talk say no structure. Me personally, I thought about it. The only thing I think can happen here.
How can we bring the structure back?
Now I want to talk with that. If we don't do them now, and it's people who won't do themselves, go. They don't even see everything boils down to you won't tell me what I will talk. What you really talk. I want to talk say yeah, the government needs to set aside a regulatory body. It's not just about you complaining about the way people use the internet. You want to cancel Twitter in Nigeria, you want to cancel Instagram in Nigeria. For China, they regulate how they use internet.
If
you can
Rwanda, no go too far. Rwanda,
yeah, sure you understand. The moment government have to tax that nonsense money and put regulation in place for how you go to do, but not before this our country now, not before Nigeria. Because most of this
the collector self go recollect the collected collect.
You understand? So this thing we can't curb it, we can't stop it. The only thing we can do is keep praying and just make sure, just keep saying to people that education is very important.
Have you seen the danger of what we are talking about?
I've not even seen. I've seen. Let us talk about just maybe the joint court or anything. Now, do you know that all upcoming artists now believe in they have to take something, take drugs or something to just take care?
Oh, God bless you. See, you've led us to the right. See, I was about to say this is not just the cultism glamorization they are projecting. Drugs intakes when we were growing up. The high rate, the intake of drugs.
And they only see both for petty hand growing up.
We know the answer.
But now
it's unashamedly projected as if it's the
before
right
I
thing.
watch 3 stories for my Snapchat, I don't see even pretend to be artists. You don't understand. You see, the word drug they grow reach maybe say you want to go to which stage say no one can stop anyone from doing anything. Let's be factual with each other. Take your younger brother as an example, a very good example. If you don't put that, if you don't do some kind of level, right? There are things you can tell your younger brother. You have to be on that high horse to tell your younger brother what to do.
Not just age.
Not just age, which is concern age. Okay, now, Bele, the age they go. Waiting, you don't use your age achieve to free advice person. Now before be Agba okay, even Agba still they hustle. Yeah, Agba don't they misbehave because you don't get what he want at your own age. So Agba said cannot he's not ready to look at anybody. All the time why need everyone to make his point and Agba there about now. So all these elders are there to correct. Most of the elders, okay, you're talking about who can, if we have a very good structure and a very good regulatory body, why would someone who just came out here disrespect OG like Idris Abdulkarim?
Someone said something here. Afolabi said something. But before I read Afolabi, I think let me go and read Junior Adewumi's post. He said, "What about artists that don't understand business aspect?" I think we've said about it. We talked about
You
it.
need to educate them. You need to educate yourself.
Okay, fine. So now Afolabi said something again. He said, "Lack of respect for elders in the industry is the major issue. Now, white people is useless now." But he now compared the music industry with Nollywood. He said Nollywood is doing well, very well.
I will tell you why.
Why, please?
Good. Do you know why they're doing well?
Why, please?
Because there's still this self-control there. This one, for you to make up. If Nollywood had this streaming platform, they could easily just get all this streaming money easily. Maybe just upload their music on Netflix as they like, or their movie on Netflix and start making money. Or they could easily get a very good what's it called, cameras on there. You think they won't misbehave too? It's because this body is regulated with, before you reach there, that's why you keep hearing about that director wants to sleep with this guy before, you slept with this guy before this guy came to limelight. There's a channel you have to go through before you can get there, which is not there when it comes to music industry in Nigeria.
Okay, yeah, he said something which I was about to say to you. They have YouTube platform. I think
YouTube is not like, you can't just go there and put music. You can't use your phone to record a whole movie and just put it online.
Even when your movie is done, I don't think you can put it on your personal YouTube. You have to put it to like Iroko TV or
Yoruba Plus.
Or go to this. So
it's not like music.
I think well, it's just
not like music.
The danger I'm seeing right now, we have highlighted it, and more. I don't understand why we are not actually getting this, that the society is moving to a high state of decadence. Young kids now that are giving into drug intake. Young kids that are giving into drug intakes are on the I don't know even how to, like, it's super crazy. I was watching YouTube TikTok the other day, and I saw some ladies. They were displaying their blue tongue. Baba, you know what blue tongue mean now? They were colored tongue, and this they were saying, we are on this. I was like, and these are people that they would, and I was seeing some that they were dressed in some particular artists, because we know some particular artists have told you not to use some certain things in your dressing. So typically, and you've influenced them in their dressing manner. They believe we can hardly see out of 10 youths right now in some location. We can hardly see 5 that is not aware of these things.
And it's not using.
That I don't even want to use the word use, but aware, that is not aware of it. That, is it weed or is it this? It's super crazy. So Macaulay, what do you think? Now this is where my question, our conversation, we are calling this a wrap already. Now, what is really coming for Afrobeat? After we've highlighted what is really coming.
What is what?
What is really coming for Afrobeat? We've got it to. I want to believe we've got to the golden era of Afrobeat right now, with what we're experiencing. What is coming from all we have? No, we've got it to the peak. We've collected Grammys. I'm not even mentioning names. We've won. Afrobeat has won.
Nigeria has won.
I believe Nice won the Grammy years before this guy came to collect it. I believe from the onset, the Plantation Boys won the Grammy the moment they started. The moment they started the hustle.
Their music,
I
yeah.
think we've gotten to the peak, to the crescendo. We've gotten to that climax right now. What is coming for Afrobeats with all we are experiencing, with the beef, with the ego clash, with the loose structure that we call the free space? What is coming for Afrobeats? What can you predict?
Well, I think there's still more coming for Afrobeats. There's still more to come because we have not even tapped into the full capacity of Afrobeats. The only thing is just that we need structures in place. We need to put our hands together, and then apart from all the negativities and the beefs here and there and all those kind of stuff, we need to just have a structure. Like, Dimi, I don't know how many labels do we have? How many functional labels do we have? The only label that I feel that is operating in Nigeria right now, just like YK said, is just Maven. And we can't strive. We can't take Afrobeats.
YBNL?
Okay, YBNL also. But why I said Maven is that Maven is the only
Chocolate
label that
City,
you can
Chocolate
walk
City.
to, that has a office, that has you understand, you can go there.
It's an institution.
It's like an institution itself. So until we start creating structures, proper structures, regulatory bodies and all those kind of stuff, we will just continue to have like all these issues, all these back and forth. But I believe that the future, because Nigerians, we thrive on, once we see opportunities, we work hard, we do our best. And I believe that Nigeria, Afrobeats, is still going to take the world by storm. I think for the next 10 years, I really feel that Afrobeat is still going to be here for another decade.
Yeah, Junior don't bust my bubble. He said we get Afro pop, Afro fusion, we get Afro
Afro-wave.
Afrobeat.
Okay, I beg, jump on board right now. What do you think is coming for Afrobeats? What is your projection with all these things that are playing all at once?
My own intake, my own take on this is like a question as well. Were you ever expecting any Nigerian artist to sell out O2?
Well, if peradventure we look
15 years ago.
Man, these guys have been no, don't let us talk down.
Papa Frayo go not sell out. Wait till they talk.
Hold on.
Wait.
During my question are yes or no. I don't want to make you explain anything to me. So name that artist you envision to want to have become that big 15 years ago. Just name one artist that you envision like this guy.
Tubaba, Ski Band.
The band and
Tubaba.
And how do you expect them to do it then?
No.
The band was actually moving in a pace that it was the right place. Tubaba leveraged on the right platform then, and it was projecting well.
And their projection, the way you see their projection, will sell for 70,000 seats.
Adigun went to perform at
hold on. 70,000 is not in Africa, outside Africa, in a country whereby people listen to majorly American music. What's their best genre here again?
Never hear Adigun.
15 years ago. I'm talking about 15 years ago. I'm not talking about now. Adigun works now. Stop this thing now. I don't know where you're called. Let me tell you something. Let's be factual here, yeah. 15 years ago, no one was seeing the wave that it should come up like that. Look at Rema going Sweden. Look at Fitoni going different places. Look at all these boys. We don't expect all of that. So, and in the next 10 years, Nigeria is not going back. Afrobeat is not going back. They'll keep breaking that ground. So the only thing we need to do now is for our government to please protect them. It's not even them. It's not even them to protect themselves. It's for our government to protect them. Because at the end of the day, yeah, imagine if there was a structure in place. Imagine a different country arresting Nigerian artists and they post them online. And how we take note of that?
I'm even scared of something.
You don't understand?
Yeah.
Because our government is not really interested in all these things. And if they're not interested, though, they know. But they're also using all these channels as well to, only God will bless them. You get what I mean? So, if care is not taken, it will get out of hands here because we will keep liberating, we'll keep breaking grounds. Nigerians will, music or movie or anywhere, we'll keep breaking anything. You get what I mean? But the problem is, how are we going to keep them safe? these artists then, because that's the most important thing. New acts will keep coming. New acts will keep coming, and they'll keep breaking ground.
And do you think our government is even leveraging on this human capital, human resource that we have? Because if
we have too much, that's true.
You know, no, to be honest, if a Wizkid is this brilliant, a Davido is this good, a Kizz Daniel is this good, a Burna Boy is this good, are we leveraging this our human capital to actually, bring goods, like good businesses, good things to the land? Are we? I've not seen the whites coming down for a shutdown show in Lagos. Why can't we have a shutdown show in Abuja?
I'll tell you why.
Heavily influenced by the government and all. Why?
I'll tell you why. The why is the reason why Nigeria itself is not growing. I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Again, you just said something now that why is it that artists are not coming down to Abuja to sell out? The foreign artists coming down to sell out. From the beginning, from the days of Obasanjo and the likes, I don't want to go politically.
No.
From the beginning of all those people, all those like Nigerians, we were say our upbringing was about foreign things. Foreign, you have to conquer outside to be named or to be known as someone. If you've been breaking grounds here, that's why by analogy of you saying, Tuba would have done it. Tuba conquered Africa, conquered Nigeria. Your Alot Mary conquered Nigeria, conquered a part of Africa as well. But the fact that they never did that backward, they've never done it in UK, US. We didn't really give them that accolade. That's why those young boys are not respecting them. That's why themselves, before they say anything, they watch very well before they even make anything. Because those places they were not able to enter, these boys are entering that place now, so you can't talk to them anyhow.
But wait, Macaulay, this is for you now. Don't you think that there's one OG that me personally, I just want to throw it down to you. I feel there's one OG for some reason. I believe God has preserved him and has given him longevity enough, and he serves as a factor in all these things playing out, and that is Two-Face. Don't you think there's
that's the only OG I respect in Nigeria.
Don't you think there's a Two-Face? The band could also come into the light, but for some reasons, I don't want to go into deep, converse. But Two-Face, to some certain extent, because of his nature, is lovable. People easily love him. Two-Face has had this beef with Blackface, so he's human. The band had this beef with Don Jazzy, so the band
beef is a must in the music industry.
Yeah, P-Square also is an OG. But I'm mentioning Two-Face not to say others are not.
No OG, yeah.
But Two-Face is that guy that easily
the powerhouse.
You get like people is good with, like this guy could easily talk to him. Don't you think there's a role, there's a message? Big shout out to Baba, big shout out to the band, big shout out to the P-Square, big shout out to the OGs in the house. Don't you think there's a message we can actually appeal to Baba to get from all these things that we've said, Because I really feel Baba is, the most likable OG in the industry.
It's the way he plays himself though. He's set himself in that place.
YK just said something that is very important now. And do you know the funniest thing is that, thank God, we, like most of us right here, I think we are Yorubas. And they talk say, Enitoba Ferres, person will put himself.
Rest in peace, Sound Sultan. Yes, rest in peace, Sound Sultan.
Yes, Sound Sultan.
There are plenty of them. We're just giving reference. We're just using one as an example.
If you put yourself in a place of respect, people would respect you. And that means you have to know when to talk and how to talk. Despite that the beef is going on. Imagine that a Two-Face jumps on the busy and what's it called trend. The guys might not even talk, but you will hear a lot of backlash from the 30 BGs and the what's it called. For
the FCs,
for him to completely
those rude bastards.
for him to
they don't care.
For him to completely come out and say that okay, I want you guys to keep peace and all those kind of stuff. Most times, because they are humans too, and don't forget that the internet is wild, especially
that's the problem.
Is wild. So you want to keep your respect. There are things that will damage by the time you say something, there are things that you hear or you see that will damage you deep inside. So I feel because of sanity, they try
Yeah,
to
to keep
avoid.
quiet and just let some things go.
It's not like they don't. Probably they might even pick a call, pick up their phone and
And
talk
call
to you
them.
personally. But they won't come outside to tell you that, okay, calm down, because they know that, see, the social media space is wild, it's crazy.
All right.
The followers are the problem, not the preachers.
Big shout out, big shout out to you guys. I really appreciate you. I have a surprise for you, YK, and this is supposed to make you laugh.
Remember? Nabami with that.
And you
Now,
know,
one and only artist.
you get one story where me happened between me and Macaulay then. I would say we had our own share. I think both of you said. Now let me
When I
remind
get
you guys.
beef.
No.
Me, yeah.
Talking about
Nah, more, yes.
talking about the violence, experiencing our own violence first time. Macaulay and I went for a show in Okelewo back then, and you know, got so good. After we climbed down the stairs, after we don't finish show, come back, we just hear boom, pa. They don't shoot gun. That's why we climb back, fly back. And with you, Slimzy, you remember when we carry his laughter and come for SLK? Big shout out to Ondulate too.
Yeah.
Big shout out. Where those boys just scatter the
Where one want slap me, sir?
all scatter that deal. All because some people talk say
Now you know that one, or now you gonna know that one.
They will say we live. Say we they live fly live, but we know be member. So it's just crazy how it has gotten there. And big shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys for joining, for coming. I know your tight schedule. I know you guys are busy guys. I really appreciate. I do not take you guys for granted. A big shout out to everybody that has been online, and who is the oldest, who is the longest person online. I think today
I think everyone was
active. Big shout out to everybody, those who joined from Nigeria, America. I saw you guys from UK and everywhere. Street and Cathedral, basically. Nobody drop OT past Jesus. Remember, Jesus tell when they want you street men down, Jesus say, give what is for Caesar to Caesar and give what is for God to God. Waiting they try let you know, say, use your head. Say, for street, no say na street way. Cathedral, no say na cathedral. So no go on the cross waka. So
don't misbehave.
so this topic was a topic that led us from streets. The next one, hopefully, we will enter cathedral again. On and off, we could enter the two sides. Everywhere we did. So big shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys. Macaulay. And big shout out to Toby and Idugbetu, Chris Daniel. Congratulations for your 10 years, 10 years in the industry. We know how crazy it was, and how crazy it's still going to be. Enjoy the craziness. Omani Dugbe. So hopefully we guys will catch up. Do you have anything to say before we cut stuff and all?
All right. I just want to say thank you for the opportunities. Not because we know all. Everybody is just sharing ideas, like I said. So I'm so glad for being given this opportunity, and I hope to join you on more interesting topics like this once again.
No doubt. Ogunbiyi.
Yes. Boss, I really appreciate the time taken to I'm sorry for coming late anyways. It was just work things.
So, I better talk. No vex. I see one.
Okay. Anyways, I think we need to do more of this.
People when they ask me for giveaway, now the boy and people who suppose they do giveaway, now they ask me for giveaway. If you like I don't start the violence for this online though.
So I think we're only sharing our opinion and what we think is right and what we know, right? So if there's anyone who has a different opinion, it's very, very valid. We are not saying whatever it is we are saying that is exactly what should be happening. It's just what we've like our experience and what we've seen so far. What they can also see.
We don't sing your song for here. Jaye alone melo. No copyright by Bami. I'm a deal with they threaten me. Oh. Why go do giveaway for person with the America? Which kind of account more? The account no go even I be YK, you go enter.
You know go show. You know go even show some money enter.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I was supposed to do giveaway today, but what happened is this video has been in two phases. One out to cut because of network issues. So just let me see those. I will look the previous video because those are so I will assess myself and I will reach out, okay? I really, really appreciate you guys. You guys are beautiful, beautiful. And thanks to my brilliant friends, brothers from way back. And let's establish one fact, and that will be the end of my conversation. OG, the meaning of OG. First time you heard it from Street and Cathedral. Nobody's going to tell you the meaning.
Tell us.
Meaning,
Preach, Pastor.
say Abi OG.
I see you, Bamiro.
It means,
I hear from here.
if anybody tells you that OG, it means Ogun Atilewa. You don't get OG, yeah. Thanks, man.
All right, cheers,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, safe, bro.
Yeah.